Sound speed.
Marker.
Action.
Check, check. Check 1, 2.
Son of a...
Sound speed. Action.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for another True Audio Presents. We have an incredible show for you today. If you guys haven't heard of it, we're going to be talking today about the FrameIO collaboration with Sound Devices. It's called Camera to Cloud, and it's something special. Long story short, it means that you can film anywhere and get your dailies auto-synced on a computer anywhere else in the world. So without me bringing up any more about it, let's bring in everyone today. We've got a full house today. Paul Isaacs, Joe Bordash, and Kally, and they're all scattered around the USA. How are you guys doing today?
Lovely.
Good.
Yeah, really staying warm.
Right, exactly. So,
Staying cold.
so everyone knows Paul and Joe are located in Wisconsin at the Sound Devices headquarters, and Kally lives behind the Hollywood sign. No, I'm kidding. She lives somewhere in LA. But, you know, long story short, there's a lot of miles between us, and this is something that's happening a lot more on sets nowadays. We're filming in certain locations, and then people are wanting to have these dailies and be able to see what we're doing on set instantly. So talk to me, guys, because this is phenomenal. And the thing that's crazy about it is that anytime you guys show me, I end up saying, wow, phenomenal. So you guys are going to hear that a lot. I can't get it out of my system. It's phenomenal. Talk to me.
If you see me suddenly duck down, it's because my cat is attacking my feet, and yeah, hopefully he's learned his lesson. Yeah, FrameIO is something we have been very, very excited about releasing to the world, and we've been collaborating now with FrameIO for over a year to bring this to you guys. But basically, what it is what I consider to be a 21st century form of delivery. I think we're going to be seeing the beginning of the end of physical media rushes. You know, we won't be handing over SD cards in the future. We are going to be essentially uploading and delivering that material to the cloud in almost real time. And really, this is something that I've been envisaging in my mind for years and years and years. I'm sure a lot of other people have. Michael Keone at FrameIO had as well. And FrameIO put together this infrastructure to manage all of this. And I think the first thing to say is that FrameIO, their cloud service, is not just another Dropbox or Google Drive or anything like this. What it basically is it's that storage capabilities, but combines it with great post-production tools specifically aimed at the TV, the production markets, and they've done a fantastic job. So yeah, I think that, well, I'm very sure that this is going to be of the way of the future. Now, just because we're providing this new way of delivering audio files almost in real time to post-production and sharing them with the world, it doesn't mean that you still won't be recording on your local recorder, your 8 series. I mean, that is still going to be the norm. You always want a backup, and I still think that that's going to be a common workflow for quite some time. So you can still record to the SSD, the SD1 and the SD2, but every time you finish a take, you hit that stop button, that take is being uploaded in the background to the cloud. You don't have to think about it. It's just happening. And within seconds or minutes or what have you, that take is in the cloud. And then from there, it can be shared almost instantly to anyone who has been invited to that project through the FrameIO app. So what this means in terms of production flow and creativity is on set. As you're shooting, crew members, whether they're local on set or somewhere else in the world can actually see and hear what's going on, and creative judgments and changes can be made on the fly in that sense. So it really is a brand new way of working. The key about all of this is it's also very secure. FrameIO has put in a very, very tight level of security on this, so there's absolutely no chance that production can get hacked. So that's a sort of a brief overview of what it's all about.
Amazing. Well, you know what, guys, I think what I would love to do today is just flat out show people, let's not fluff it up anymore. Let's show people a complete walkthrough of how it's done and then open it up to questions, because I know there are going to be a few questions about it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
All right.
How do we start?
Well, Kally, where are you right now?
I am in Los Angeles, right behind the Hollywood sign, as Thomas said. And
She has a really
right.
long Ethernet cable, trust me. You know.
Totally.
That's some expensive real estate right there.
Right. But I will say that I do have the Ethernet plugged in, and then I have this cute little Nighthawk internet router, which
Is that like an LTE
Yes.
hotspot? Okay,
Right.
cool.
and it really works for like bag mixers like myself, because this will fit right in, and it also charges, so you don't have to power it. So
Okay, so what
really cute install.
does it have like a USB socket on it for charging?
It has the new Apple charger thing,
Right.
the USB-C, yes.
Oh,
And
well,
then it has the
okay.
Ethernet.
You could
Mhm.
probably even charge that from the USB-A port on your 8 series.
Right. Yeah, I just discovered that. Like, this is a fancy phone charger as well, the 888 and the Scorpio. So that's
So
nice
what-
on set.
So me and Kally, we've never done this before, so we're living on the edge here. But what we're going to do here is like I'm going to be sort of like the say the FrameIO production manager, and I'm sitting here in Wisconsin, and I'm going to show you the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a project in my FrameIO app. I'm going to do that shortly, and once I've created that project, I'm going to basically authorize Kally to join that project with her 888. Now, of course, I don't need to be remote to do this. Kally could create her own projects and just use the FrameIO service for her own archival or
Right.
sharing capability herself. She doesn't have to be working with someone separate. But we're going to show the extreme case of this. So here's I'm running the app actually at the moment on an iPad, but you know you could equally do this on an iPhone. This is the FrameIO app, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a project here. Let's just do that, and it's asking me to enter a project name, so I'm just going to call this just A for now. Hit done, and now I don't know. It says here cloud devices integration. Yes, I want to integrate a cloud device because that's what an 8 series is. So I've done that. Once I do that, I hit create, and it's taken me to like the project folder. And at the moment, there's nothing there in media because we haven't recorded anything. So I'm going to go to cloud devices, and it says set up new device. So I hit that, and then Kally will no doubt be in her FrameIO menu right now. Okay. And
So I'm going to go to the menu.
yeah. And before you
Go to-
hit connect,
Mhm.
so now I'm going to hit device ready to connect. I hit that, and what happens is it comes up with a 6-digit field here. It's like a security code, a token, which Kally will tell me what once she's connected. So you're going to hit connect on your 888.
Hit connect. Let's wait for the code, and I have it ready for you when you're ready, Paul.
Sure.
597
5
862.
9 7 852.
862.
862. So I've
Mhm.
entered that code, and now it's going to automatically authorize that. It's discovered that there's an 8 series trying to connect. So I
Mhm.
authorize. And when I do that, there should be a successful message on the 888 just to prove that the connection has taken place. Let me know
And
when
I
that
have
happens.
connection to FrameIO successful.
Hey, we're done.
Wow.
So right now we have this connection from LA to Wisconsin, well, via the FrameIO servers, and we're going to do some recording. So let's go back to my media folder here. In fact, now I'm going to leave my iPad to one side because I've done the authorized process. I'm actually going to go and share my screen here, which is basically just a web browser, a Chrome web browser, and I'm.
Uh-oh. Guys, everyone, I apologize. It seems like everybody disconnected for a second. Let me see if I can bring them back in.
That I think.
There we go.
I think.
Guys, we had a small disconnection, but I brought you right back in. We're all back. Is everyone there?
Yep.
Okay.
Here.
Yep. If you just want to start right back from when you were sharing your screen, Paul. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So I'm now just basically showing my web browser screen. You should see that now, right, Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. And this is basically just showing me the FrameIO project that we've created. So I'm just going to hit refresh there because we created, if you remember rightly, a project called
AAA.
AAA. So that should appear here. There it is. Let me make this a bit bigger so hopefully you can see. That should help a bit, right? Okay. So here's our project just here. So I'm going to click on that. And as you can see right now, this project is empty because we haven't recorded anything into it. So I'm going to, well, what Kally's going to do now is do a short recording.
Let me know when you're ready, Paul.
Off you go.
All right.
I am.
This is a test saying hi to Wisconsin from Los Angeles.
Okay. So Kally's just hit the stop button. Now you saw as soon as she hit the stop button, this folder hierarchy has been created. It's called Cloud Devices. So if I navigate through this, within that is a date folder because everything is organized into date folders to keep everything nicely organized. Double click on that. Then there's an audio folder here. That's because this is an audio device that's been uploading files. Now, if there was cameras involved, which typically there would be, there'd also be a video folder here where all the video assets are being uploaded from cameras via terabyte cubes. So let's go into my audio folder. And this Sound Devices 888 is Kally's 888. So if there were other audio recorders that were or other sound mixers contributing to the same project, all of their folders would be listed here, and you can have multiple of them. You don't need, it's not just a one-to-one link. It could be a many-to-one. So let's go in there. And this is the file that's just been uploaded by Kally. So let's just select that. And hopefully if I hit play, we'll hear something.
All right. This is a test saying hi to Wisconsin from Los Angeles.
Great.
There we go. Wow.
That will work. So let's just prove that this works in real time, Kally. Why don't you, I'm just going to come back to this screen here, and why don't you just upload maybe several takes, but instead of hitting stop, just hit the record button maybe every like 5 seconds or so.
All right. I'm going to start that now. I'm testing once. Just going to hit record again, send you another file. And do it again just for fun. And one more time, hitting record and stopping that.
Okay, and you can see basically the folder is being automatically populated with each of these takes as they wrap up recording. So that, as you can see, one of the nicest things about this is you can continue recording and shooting as takes are being uploaded. There's no hold up to the flow of production on set, and that is the key. So yeah, great. That's really well done. Thanks, Kally. I will just quickly demonstrate what I just spoke about before, and that is I'm going to connect my 888 that I have here, just to show you that another device can be connected. So I'm going to switch my camera here. Well, actually, yeah. Well, I need to first add a device. So what I'm going to do is go back to my iPhone, hit add device, and device ready to connect. And then I'm coming to my files menu, going in there and hitting connect. And I've got a code 475868. 475868. And that's now connecting. Right, you'll see this appear. Okay, I've got a successful message now. So now in cloud devices, if I come in here, I believe this should be, or maybe I connected. I think I may have actually just connected to an, oh no, no, this is correct. So let's see. Cloud devices, audio, and I hit refresh there. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I didn't get my device to connect, but that doesn't matter. The bottom line is that you can connect multiple devices to the same project, and I'm not quite sure why that didn't happen, but doesn't matter for now. But what we can see here is a real, smooth workflow, a secure workflow. And once these files are up in the cloud here, and let me just, are you still seeing my shared screen, Thomas?
Oh yeah.
So once these takes are here, you can select them and obviously play them back as I showed you just before. But you can also do things like comment on them. You can delete them. I can do things like move them, download them, share them, rename them. So you've got a certain amount of editing capability and management here within FrameIO, which makes it an even more powerful tool.
Right. And Paul, when there is video, also FrameIO marries them with timecode. So that's also a folder you get when there is video.
Oh, so you're
Right.
saying that if you're shooting with video and audio and it's in sync on set, it will automatically sync up
Right.
and create a dailies
I
folder
believe there's
for you.
a separate folder where it just puts them together by timecode.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
Which, right,
So one of
also
the-
goes to show that it takes timecode and it takes every file that I'm giving, such as the mix or the boom or any additional lav channels that I have.
Absolutely amazing.
Right.
Guys, one question that I have for you is that at the very beginning of the procedure, you have the code that Kally gave to you to create that secure connection, right? So that
Yes.
is the only connection that comes from your recorder to ensure security on set, right? That would go to one person, and then from that point, that FrameIO account that you're sharing access to can disperse it to whoever else needs it. Is that correct?
Whoever is invited to that project.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's
So-
not our job as the sound mixer to share it to everybody. It's our job to give it to one person and then they do it.
Or they could be their own project manager and share it directly from themselves. It doesn't matter. There's no limit to how you can share.
Oh, that's
So
a good point.
the really important thing to note here is you do not have to be an IP wizard to make this work. I mean, we've made it as simple as possible. As long as you plug that Ethernet cable into the back of your 888 or your Scorpio, you don't have to configure the IP address or anything like that. It's all automatically set up because we're using the DHCP from the router or the hotspot to do that. So it will just serve you up an IP address, you're connected, and then you just go to that files menu, as Kally showed you, and hit connect. And it's as simple as that. If you're operating yourself, you just enter that code into your own local iPhone, or if it's a production manager elsewhere who's managing the project, you just call them and say, or text them the code and they'll enter it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So, another, obviously a real key part of this, because, the whole FrameIO thing, I think what really sets it apart from making it super easy to connect and everything, is the fact that it is dedicated to post-production and production. They have integration into Premiere, into Final Cut, into Resolve, so that all of these uploaded takes can be immediately imported into these systems and create dailies very, very quickly for distribution. And FrameIO and they're in beta on this at the minute, and you can, anyone who's interested can actually apply to sign up as a beta tester on this. But they automatically have an automatic process for syncing the audio from the 8 series with the proxy files, the H.264 proxy files from the camera. It all automates it by virtue of the time code that's embedded in both uploaded files, melds it together, and then can be shared almost sort of immediately with anyone who has an iPad, a computer, or a phone. So away you go.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
I
Guys,
think
it's an incredible
I think-
system.
I think they call that AV Sync, and that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah. FrameIO has been an incredible company. I've been using them for maybe 3 or 4 years with my own endeavors to, basically share. Like you edit things, and then it's just the easiest way to drop your dailies on and share it to people. What do you think? And they can comment back and forth. So to literally extend that capability now to the set, it's going to change a lot of things for people. That's for sure. So what we want to do at this point is extend it to anyone out there. Do you have any questions about FrameIO and Sound Devices, the collaboration? While we're still here, we're happy to help. I know one thing that I do want to point up is that if you guys are interested in working with this, you do need to update to the newest software, which is available on the Sound Devices website. So you just go to sounddevices.com/support, right?
/download.
/downloads. Okay, yeah, or you can just click on the download button here, and then you choose your product. So for this, it would be either the 888 or the Scorpio, and from there, you're going to get that file and just follow the instructions. If you need help, you can always contact Sound Devices support, but it's a very, very easy process. And you know what? I'll tell you guys too, one of the things that I love about updating your software is the little LEDs around the faders, how it goes doot, 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 doot. It's just so cute.
It is pretty.
I love it.
Yeah.
Any plans to have this work wirelessly from the 888 using the 2.4 gigahertz antenna? That's
No.
one of the questions. I don't think it really needs that, does it?
That's Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth. It's a different protocol. Everything for this comes out of the Dante, in and out of the Dante port. Is that correct?
The RJ45, right? Yeah. So that's I mean, Bluetooth is not suited to that application. But if you want to go wireless, really, you do what Kally's doing right now. I mean, she's got this little hotspot, and she's connected it via Ethernet, and it probably fits quite nicely in the bag as well.
It does.
That small.
Perfect for a bag mixer as well.
And so right now, Kally, you're just plugging that into the Dante into the back, but we were talking a little bit earlier with Paul about the fact that you could potentially power that off of the 888 as well if you wanted to get a USB cable. So that means you can be remote. You don't have to be, connected to a wall wart somewhere in order to do this. You could be remote on a job going all around the world,
And I think you could also probably find a way to hook it up to your battery distributor, so then everything's being powered from the same thing as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So definitely. You should be able to power that from your bag and be completely remote. So you can be on a cart or you can be in a bag remote and still have these capabilities.
Yeah.
Very good questions.
So, one of the things we didn't mention here is that you do have actually a whole bunch of options. We haven't really gone into this I don't really want to go into this in too much detail now because Joe put a great video together, actually, of me doing a tutorial on how this whole FrameIO thing works, and you do a deep dive into the menus and different options. But just to say that you have different options for different files to upload. You can choose to upload just your ISOs, just your mix, or both, or even like an AAC version of your mix at different bit rates. So there's of different options, and then there's various options for uploading. Do you want to mirror the entire record folder? A typical work day is a daily folder. You might as well just set it to mirror and just let it.
Guys, we had a little disconnecting. I'm going to bring them back in
from where you left off, or you can manually upload takes and things like that. So it's pretty flexible.
It is definitely a flexible system, and again, everyone, apologies for the small little lapse in internet connection. It seems like we have a lot of dip in the internet. It's probably because of how many people we have connected to this session today. But very, very cool. Definitely, people are saying that's sweet as F. So very, very good job. You know.
The other question which has come up, if no one's asking it right now, is that, oh, if I'm using this for the RJ45 for this upload to FrameIO, can I still use Dante? Absolutely. The two can coexist on the same pipe. So obviously with the 888, you only have one RJ45, so you'd need to connect an Ethernet switch to that, and then you could have various ports going off to your Dante devices and your other port going off to your hotspot or your router for FrameIO upload. The Scorpio also has two RJ45s, so you may not need that.
Very good. Very good. So yeah, so it's just, you know, different possibilities depending on, you know, what types of productions that you're working on. You're definitely not limited if you, you know, decide to go and get the 888. You can still do all of this functionality and more, which is great. Excellent.
So yeah, we were very happy when FrameIO reached out to us now. It was nearly 2 years ago to ask us to be involved with this, and we jumped. And when we were developing the 8 series, and a development like the 8 series is like a very long development. I mean, years and years before it came out for release. And we had to crystal ball gaze a little bit on all the hardware functionality that we wanted in this box, knowing that this product was going to be on the market for at least a decade or possibly even 2. And so we thought, well, what things may we need to be able to do in the future? And we thought, well, uploads to the cloud in sort of real time or close to real time, something we want to do. We don't know how that's going to pan out and how that's going to happen, but let's just put the hardware hooks in the 8 series now. And that's what we did. And lo and behold, FrameIO contacted us about a year after the 8 series was released. And here was that path to enabling this cloud workflow.
You know, one of the greatest things that I love about Sound Devices is your versatility and your openness to work with many manufacturers and you know, beyond. You know, not only manufacturers, now you're working with software as a service companies as well. I don't know if they're considered a manufacturer. They're just kind of online. But so it's great, you know, having this extension with FrameIO. And, you know, Kally, I want to talk, before we went live, you were even talking about something as simple as the integration, how the 888 series can connect with something simple like a remote audio headset, where you guys have the ports right on the end. And the reason why I bring it up, it might be like, why are you bringing up a pair of headphones with a microphone? But this directly plays into the dailies and making sure that the people in post-production can hear your takes clean and proper.
Right.
So,
and it's also easy that it just connects right into the 888 or Scorpio. And then you have your slate mic, and it makes it easy to slate that take or even talk to your boom operator. And I'm a fan.
Awesome. So all of these integrations, obviously, Sound Devices, you know, really considers that and makes sure that, you know, everything sounds clean and everything just connects. So yeah, thank you.
We should have relabeled that port on the 888. Instead of calling it headset, we should have called it the true port.
Exactly. The true port. Truly. I love it. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. You know what? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of questions. You know why? Because when something is simple and it just works, there aren't a lot of questions. It just works. So great work. Keep it up. I know that there's probably updates down the line that are going to even make this even more spectacular, and we'd love to bring you back when that happens.
You'll have to tell me about those updates. I know nothing about them.
I don't either. You got to tell me, but we'll figure that out. Awesome. Everyone, so thank you so much.
Kally, did you check out any of the other new features on the version 8 firmware as well?
Like the noise assist and stuff? Or what is the new features?
Oh, the noise assist. Oh, there's some pretty cool features that went under the radar with, you know, with the big story being FrameIO support. Under the radar, things like copy channel settings and bus naming, and a bunch of other cool stuff that makes it easier to set things up.
Sit down and check that out for sure.
if you get any time outside of work.
That would be nice. Yeah, one day.
We are
I'll know
all a
what the screen
slave to
time
this
is.
industry, and you know that, Paul. Right? Absolutely. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for another True Audio Presents. Kally, Joe, Paul, thank you for helping us demonstrate this to everyone. If you guys have any questions, by all means, feel free to contact me at True Audio or any of the beautiful people here. And know that if you want to get in on this FrameIO mindset, it's pretty simple. All you really need to do for the audio side of things is get either a Scorpio or an 888, right? That's it.
Right. And Thomas,
Awesome.
I will say that like the idea, it was cool and I heard it, but there's something about when you're a mixer and you actually do it and you see it in real time. That's when it's like, the
Yeah,
best.
I can only assume that it's just peace of mind and just simplifies everything to, you're just like, awesome. It just works. So
Right, like magic.
it's magic. It's absolutely magic. And
It's
go ahead, please.
yeah, it seems simple on the surface, but yeah, I mean, it's just like why you think why hasn't this been done before? It seems so simple.
There's a lot of
Simple
stuff
for that.
going on.
I can tell you the it's been a long development journey with FrameIO to make this happen. They're a great company to work with, and we're very honoured to be working with them.
Beautiful. Well, guys,
Thank you, Kally, for helping to sort of
Of course.
present this and show it to the
Thanks for having me.
if you
I
guys would
appreciate getting
like
to use it.
if you guys would like to pick up your own Scorpio or 888 to get in on this new industry, because let's face it, we're going to be running into productions that are going to say, no, we need to use this because this is the protocol that we're going to use throughout the entire season. So if you start getting asked that and you need to purchase one, we have friendly representatives standing by at all of our locations to help you purchase one of these 888s or Scorpios. Just let us know. And we also have synchrony offers, so you can get up to 12 months interest free. So if you're already getting calls and you're like, man, I don't know what to do, you can go ahead and pick one up and start paying it off as you get these jobs. Awesome. Everyone, thank you so much again. We'll see you next time on another True Audio Presents. Take care.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.